Hi there, and welcome to Naturally Recovering Autism. I am your host, Karen Thomas, and I want to thank you so much for being here and being a proactive parent and getting the resources that you need to let your child live their most fulfilling and independent life possible. When my own son was diagnosed with autism, I was told to drug him and try behavioral therapies, and there was nothing else that we could do for him but manage his symptoms the rest of his life. But I didn't want to do that. Fortunately, my background in craniosacral therapy of now 30 years let me know that the brain can and does heal, but I didn't know that much about autism. What I did know is that I didn't want to just mask the symptoms with dangerous drugs. I wanted to find the causes and work with them naturally. And fast forward, it took me a decade and a lot of time and effort, but today my son is no longer diagnosable with autism after being told it could not happen. So I'm here to share with you valuable resources to save you the time and some of the expense that I had to spend to figure it out, and to help you let your child lead to their best results possible. Every child's level of recovery is different, but we know that children who couldn't sleep through the night are sleeping now through the night and happily. Their immune systems are now strong where they were once sick all the time. Children who were nonverbal and their parents were told they could never speak are now speaking. Children who were getting D's and F's in school are getting A's and B's. And those that were so anxious all the time and couldn't sit still and were uncomfortable in their own bodies are now calm and happy and relaxed. And they're leading fulfilling and independent lives with friends. This is what we want for our kids. So I'm here to share the resources with you so that you can get the best results for your child, the best possible. And you can start that right now with my free download of the top 7 foods to eliminate beginning today, of the top foods that are the most inflammatory and toxic that are contributing to those physical and behavioral symptoms of autism that your child is having. They're making his life uncomfortable. So you can get that right now at naturallyrecoveringautism.com/7 foods. And feel free to share that with anybody you know who would be interested. And I will also link to it in today's show notes. There's, of course, a lot more than diet, but this is something you could start doing today that will begin to reduce those symptoms. And I'm happy to share everything I can with you. So right now, let's dive into today's episode. Today's episode is going to take a little bit of a twist from our usual. Normally, we're focusing on the kids and we want to get them better, and everything is about our children. But what we forget about a lot of the time is how important it is to take care of ourselves. And that can come from a belief sometimes that maybe you think you're not worth it enough, or you think your child is the only thing that matters, but the reality is your child needs you to take care of themselves. So there's nothing selfish at all about taking care of you. And the best way to change your life is to really look at your belief systems. And these are really set up from our childhood. About 99% or over 99% of what we do and daily and how we function is set up by our subconscious, which was developed before the age of 7. Now, the subconscious mind now directs us to everything that we do. And a good way to, really to take a look at that is to, look at your life, the results that you have, your relationship, the person you chose as your mate, the amount of income you have, whether you have had money and you lost it and this is a pattern, or you just can't ever seem to get ahead, or and you think, well maybe this wasn't up to me, or I didn't really have to do with it. But if it's a pattern, you see how much of our life we draw to ourselves. There is a subconscious pattern. And if you've ever heard of the law of attraction, it truly is that what we believe in give us our results. It's up to mindset. This is really about what we believe our worth is as far as our relationships, or who we should have as a partner, who we deserve as a partner, how much money we have, how much money we deserve to have, how much money is comfortable for us to have. Money is a big one, and it really has a lot of emotion tied to it. If you think about it, you likely live in a neighborhood and hang out with 5 or 6 friends that make about the same as you, because that's the most common. They say if you want to increase your income, hang out with people that make more than you. But this is really about your own mindset and what you can do to shift it. Because if you're taking care of your child, especially a child with autism and special needs, it takes a lot out of you. The other thing that is involved so deeply is that the worry and the fear. And if you're focusing on the worries and the fears in a daily life about your child's future, or, oh my gosh, I thought they were going to get better and they're not. I know COVID, the pandemic, is not helping us at all with as far as our fears and being held at home, and our children having more stress around them. We might try new things and they don't work, so we think, oh, you've taken the responsibility of your child, and now you're feeling like I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or what is it that you feel is holding you back? And so I want to help you to shape this, and this is really about the changing from the inside out, because this is an experience. It's not where you were born or the parents you had or whatever. Now it's time to think about right now and the picture that you can create in your mind, because the subconscious runs off of images. Now, it's not just about words. You've got to literally think about what you want. So, as an example, think about how you would like to see your child be with, maybe at school, or with friends, or living independently in their own home, speaking clearly to you, talking to you, mom, how are you? Good morning, eating well. All of the things that anything that is going on for your child right now that is concerning you is more of a worry. And that worry is taking charge of your mind around it. And as long as you're worrying about it and bringing fear into that thought, it stays with you in that way. So you've got to change it. A lot of people just go through life thinking, oh, well, I'll just do whatever I can and just hope for the best. No, I am telling you to take charge of this, because this taking charge is a byproduct of your life, and it will change, but you've got to be consistent. So there are ways to really work with this, and that is to create a clear image in your mind of what you want. First of all, decide what you want. How is it that you want your child to you want to see them living happily in life? Or how is it you want your own life? Also know it's not selfish to think about yourself first, or to think about what you want, or to ask for things for yourself. We're human beings and we are meant to evolve and meant to grow, and you have the power to have whatever you want, but you have to know that you have the right to choose and what you can do about it. So first of all, choose what you want, whether it's your picture of yourself having something. Maybe once in your life you wanted a new car, or you really wanted that house. And what was it that motivated you to take action, to make it happen, and to get it? You wanted a child one day. You decided, okay, we're going to make sure this happens, and what we want to do is make sure we provide a healthy and happy home for them. So maybe that's where the house came in. Or you needed a safe car to drive your child around in, or you just wanted a good car that was dependable. Whatever it was, there was a pain factor, a slight pain factor there, that motivated you to think about how the better could be and how you would want it. So that's what I'm asking you to focus on now. So your first exercise is to choose what you want. Number one is really to make a clear choice about what you want to see in your life change, whether it's your life or how you want to see your child, whatever it is, how you want to be easier. Maybe it's even financial, whatever it is that you feel that is your goal. And then I want you to make a clear picture of it. That's another thing. You've got to have a clear image. The subconscious mind runs in images, and it also runs in colors. You've probably heard of people creating a vision board. These are excellent to do. They're images you cut out from magazines or you draw for yourself. Either way, an image, whether it's on a vision board or in your mind of the things that you want, needs to have color. There's something called the reticular activating system in your mind, and it's got to have color involved with it to help it really, to help the subconscious really grasp it. So when you're creating the images, also make sure that you have color, they have details, and then another point is to make sure that you also have your five senses involved. This is really, really important. I can't stress this one enough, because it really has to do with not just the words we keep saying. You've heard of affirmations, right? Over and over. but you can't just say words but not have any feeling involved with them. So it's the picture, the image with color. It is then the feelings that you have along with it that are very, very important. So make sure that you are thinking about these things with feelings involved. See it as if it's already happened, as if it's happening in your life now, exactly how you want it to be. You've got to have that picture be so clear that you are feeling the sun on your skin, the wind on your skin, whatever it is. Picture yourself in your favorite environment. This is a big mindset skill, and very important to, along with again the images, to create feeling behind it and putting the five senses involved. So you've got sight, what are you seeing, and seeing it in color. You've got smell, what's the smell maybe around you that you have that you desire, that you're choosing to have. You're hearing, what are you hearing? Are you hearing the wind in the trees? Are you hearing the waves lap on the shore? Are you what are you feeling on your skin? And maybe taste. Maybe you're eating something desirable that you enjoy. And but throwing those five senses in and really creating a feeling, a positive feeling around this makes all of the difference. It's really, really important to have all of these pieces in place. So think about what areas of your life you'd like to change. You want to look at that to know that you have a choice, that your goal or desire must also cause you to grow and stretch, because then it becomes a physical form in your life. Now, if we're not growing, they say we're dying. So I like to say we're standing still, but we're really never standing still. We as human beings we desire expansion as humans all the time. Evolution just makes that happen. It's part of what we're about as humans. We want more and we deserve more, and we should have more. We should have whatever we want. First of all, get clear on what it is that you want. Don't just say, "Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just figure it out." Think about something. If you need to start with something simple, because at first your conscious mind is going to say, "Oh yeah, well sure, wouldn't that be great?" Or you can't really have that, or okay, well I'll scale it down. No, I want you to think big too. Go ahead, think the desire, the expansion. Think about what it is that you want. You can create these results. So you can look back again at any desire you might have had in the past and think about, how did that happen? How did I create that? And then also making sure that once you start doing this, you're very, very consistent, because consistency is key. At first, like I said, your conscious mind might jump in the way and get it and start talking you out of it. But I want you to move forward with this, to really start believing. And just, even at first, if you don't believe it, you're just gonna picture that clearly in your mind. You can talk to yourself as though it's already happened. You've got a clear picture. Maybe put a vision board together with colored images on it. Think about yourself in that vision of where you want to be, your desires. They're internal desires. Remember, you've got a little bit of fear maybe at first. You've got some, let it be a little bit of a motivator. That's okay. But make sure that you don't stop yourself, that you continue to be consistent with these wants, these beliefs, these images, feelings. Again, feeling is so, so important. There are so many books out there. As a man thinketh, you've got to look at how your life is and look around you. And that's a clear way to see for yourself what it is that you believe, as far as maybe how much income you can have, what house you can have, what spouse you deserve, or thinking that you have to stay in something that isn't comfortable for you, or that your child might not be getting better. Let that be your motivator. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to picture what I want. I'm going to put feeling behind it, and I'm going to picture it every single day. The morning when you wake up is extremely important, and the most important time of the day to make sure that you put a positive picture and these feelings and your desires in your mind is right before you go to sleep at night. While you're lying in bed at night, you lie there and you think about what you want and you picture it over and over and you say it out loud to yourself. If you're in a position where you don't feel comfortable saying it out loud yourself because at first there's somebody there next to you, your spouse or something, and you feel silly, go ahead and say it in your mind. But do have times during the day where you say it out loud. It makes it more real. And make sure that you do think about it multiple times a day. But when we first wake up in the morning, we're still in a little bit of what we call a sub state. It's kind of a dream state. So it's more powerful. And then right before we go to bed at night, the things that you do right before you go to sleep is what your subconscious works on all night long. So you have a great benefit about doing this right as you're going to bed at night. I do this every night. My head's on my pillow. I'm laying there. I do some tapping, which I will believe I'll be covering in the future, but also to make sure that I'm really saying things out loud. I'm picturing it in my mind. I'm going over it again and again. I'm feeling the feelings behind it. That's really key. It makes me feel happy. You can even say things which are really important to say things like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have, or now that my child is, now that I am, as then again, as if it's already happened, that you have it now, and you show the happiness and the gratitude, the grateful feelings. And if I, as I talk about this, as I can even feel it as I say it, and I'm hoping that you can, because it's self-motivated action. And it gives us a bit of a sense of that instant gratification, which is really important. And as you start to feel those feelings and enjoy them more and more as you do this, you'll start to get really to the point where you want to feel that way. It's a positive addiction, a good thing to focus on and feel, and you'll want to feel that way. So you start focusing it and thinking about it. And again, that little bit of pain at first might be the motivator, but then make sure that you're going through life with that clear image. Just choose what you want. Use the five senses in the images, color it, make sure you've got feelings behind it, and know that you do have a choice with anything in your life because you do choose. We all choose to create something better and or to stay right where we are. And many of us want more. I mean, it's just a fact of life. There's really no standing still. We are meant to grow as human beings. And know again, it is absolutely okay to give yourself the time and the ability to receive and know that you are deserving of anything you want. For some of us, that is what we have to start with. That saying, I am deserving of everything I want, and I am so happy and grateful to have, and then say what you want and then end it with, I am so deserving of this. At first, you might even really find a little churn in your stomach around that because maybe you haven't asked for anything for yourself in a while, or you feel it's selfish to ask for something. You are deserving of anything you want. You can have whatever you want. And again, we all want to grow. You have a choice, and think about what it is that you choose for yourself right now, and make sure that you again have those pictures and those feelings involved, and it can make all the differences in your life. The mindset and the belief and these skills will change your life if you let them for the better. You do have choices in anything, and your mind belongs to you. So make sure that you're making sure the best of it and putting your best foot forward, and that you're conditioning that mind to be positive, not going back to old logical or conscious ways. I'll say you're shifting that subconscious to do what you want it to do so that you can be the driver, because you are in the driver's seat. I hope this has been really, really helpful for you. All of the tips will be on the show notes page for you, but I really want to make sure that you're changing your life, and you can teach these skills to your children too. As our kids grow up, they need to know that they are in charge of their lives as well. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I appreciate you so much for what you do for yourself and what you do for your child and your family, and you are deserving. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.